What is up? What is up, ladies and gentlemen of MCubed? Of course, I'm Schmook. Of course, this is our comic adaptations weekly. We do this once a week. Of course, this is covering all things in the superhero genre or comic books in general, but obviously it focuses a little bit more on the comic book side or the superhero genre. But that's the most content we get nowadays. So we'll be honest, you're not seeing many 300 shows being made. Am I right? Am I right? No, but let's talk some news first. So the idea is that I'm going to go over some news, and I think I'm going to talk about some Loki for a little bit because I was a big fan of that, and then we'll talk some Invincible because Invincible has been like something everyone's been waiting for like a good 3 years now, 3 years. And does this episode live up to that waiting period? That's the question. That is in fact the question. But we'll go over some news. First and foremost, we are getting a Marvels trailer tonight. The movie comes out on Thursday. They're trying real hard to market this thing because they have not done a great job. They have not done a great job as of late. Um, what's up, Harris? Is it all good? Is the stream looking all right? You let me know. You let me know. But yeah, we have some. We're gonna get a Marvels trailer during the Monday Night Football, and again, they're probably gonna show some crazy shit because they need to get people in those seats, which is like it's sad to say, but I mean, Marvel's just been on like a weird uh, stretch as of late. But I think they're coming out with some W's as of late. Like Loki, I think is kicking ass, and then of course we're going to talk about that Echo trailer a little bit. And and then of course Guardians 3 was awesome. I thought Guardians 3 was fantastic. But this movie is tracking less than Ant-Man Quantumania, which is a problem because one, this is a very expensive movie. It's like a $250 or $250 million budget, which is nuts. Uh, and again, they haven't marketed that much, which is also a problem. People don't love Brie Larson. It's hard to get people into the seats when it's like, oh, you have to watch two Disney Plus shows to understand who two of these characters are. Also, which I think is also a bit of a problem. Uh, it's just gonna be hard for them. It's just gonna be hard. Because I mean, I'm gonna see it. I think I'm seeing it Saturday, but it's you can hope that whatever trailer that they. What's up, Laura? Um, but I'm hoping it's a good movie. Are any of you guys seeing the Marvels this weekend? Because I know it's just not tracking well. I know it's not tracking well. If you're in here, say hey in the chat. Hey, what's up? What's up? Um, Again, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I have a weird feeling that I'm really gonna like this movie. People seem to be liking it based on early reviews. What's up, David? Nice to have you in here, pal. But like, oh, I'm in trouble. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, Harris. I'm sorry. It was a little early. That's on me. That's on me. But 3 minutes early? Damn. That's a my B. It's a my B. But hey, people are rolling in. People are rolling in. My boy Mark's here. No, but no, yeah, seriously, like, are you guys even seeing this movie this weekend? Like, I mean, that's like it's Marvel. You got to be able to see it right when it comes out. But I mean, I don't know. Again, I did not love the first. What's up, Sci-Fi? Good to have you here. Well, hold on, real quick. We're good. Uh, Again, I just think the big problem with it is again that you have two characters that people are just going to be thrown that you're supposed to know them if you watch these Disney Plus shows with Miss Marvel and of course can't remember her name, Monica Rambeau, right? And it's just I don't know. Oh shit! My bad. I didn't know you guys had one going on at this time. That's on me. Yeah, and you're right, Mark. I mean, you're not wrong. It probably will be on Disney Plus here in 5 weeks. Yeah, my bad, Harris. I didn't know you guys were on a. I didn't know you guys were on a stream. That's my bad. Um, yeah, I felt this was a better time to do it, but my bad. I guess I'm excited for it. For some reason, I have a weird feeling that it's just gonna be like, besides Shang-Chi and No Way Home, there's a chance it could be like my shocker, like favorite MCU movie past post Endgame. Not my favorite project by any means, but movie. I mean, you just gotta think about it, right? Oh, gotcha. I got you, sci-fi. I got you. Nothing wrong with having a longer stream, you know. Uh, but anyway, uh, I'm excited for it. To be honest, I'm starting to get that little bit of like, ooh, because I saw this one clip they released for the Marvels. I just wanted to talk. I just want to talk a little bit more about it because I mean it does come out this weekend, right? And I think next week's episode is going to be primarily the Loki finale and that, or of course it's going to be more Invincible based. But yeah, Mark, I as well hear that Kelsey Grammer's Beast is in it. And some people are kind of thinking, well, one, they're pretty positive. A lot of people are saying that that's the post credit scene. And what's funny is that some people are thinking that they're going to just drop that in the trailer tonight just to try to get some people to fill that like the seats, right? I hope they don't do that, but yeah, I mean, I agree with Harris. I mean, it does look better with every trailer, I think. Uh, and then they released this one clip like I don't know, like a week or two ago, and it looked sick. It was just like how like they're fighting and like in in Miss Marvel's like living room or whatever, and then like they switch because they use their powers and whatnot. Like the music sounds cool, the action was sick, that the editing's actually pretty good in it too. So it's like I'm digging this, I'm digging it. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I'm not like super amped for it. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm getting ready to see Infinity War or something, right? Because nothing will beat that hype. Same with Endgame. Secret Wars, they have to grow to that hype. I mean, again, when it comes to the news parts, people are saying that Tobey Maguire and Hugh Jackman are apparently the leads of Secret Wars whenever that comes out. You know how crazy? $12 million budget. What's the $12 million budget? Anyway, uh, I think that's nuts news to hear that. And then apparently, it's reported that RDJ has apparently signed on to do more Marvel movies. Again, you gotta take this stuff a little bit with a little bit of a grain of salt, but I mean, these people are pretty reliable at this point, especially since they are they're kind of like ghost accounts, so they can't really get flagged or like really screwed by Kevin Feige, you know. So that's really cool. So these are definitely people on the inside, right, who know shit. So it's like okay, like My Time to Shine Hello, like Daniel RPK. There's a few others, but those are two that really come to mind first. Now, so Harris, I mean, yeah, the director leaving early does not help the case for the Marvels, right? I agree. I agree. But to be fair, like I'm with her on this. She could have like I wasn't there. I wasn't there. It could have been a complete shit show on set, and she just wanted gone. But what she's saying is like due to like how many reshoots there were, she had contractual obligations to be on a different project that she was signed on to be able to film, right? So it's like it makes sense. It sucks that she has to do a lot of it like on her computer or whatever, right? And not actually be a part of it. Yeah, that's what I hear. That's what I hear. Apparently, that's what she said. I feel you, Mark. I feel you. No, yeah, but I don't think anything will beat the hype for the Avengers. But again, Secret Wars has the potential. It has the potential again with Toby and Hugh being the leads in that movie. Like, come on, I'm geeking out just thinking about it. Those are my heroes growing up. And to see those two lead a Marvel flick, I mean, come on, come on. Yeah, I mean, that's true too, Harris. I'm with you. The MCU is the most like studio interference thing there is in Hollywood. Ultimately, I mean, you see like the big ones, like with like a Justice League or something. But I mean, Kevin Feige plays his role in almost every single project, so it's like okay. But yeah, I mean that sucks for her because I mean I'm sure she was making a pretty sick movie, and I think the movie will still be good because I mean that's how it is. I mean most of these movies are Kevin Feige coming in and be like, all right, I want this, I want that, you know. Yeah, and I'm sure the Marvels won't do great domestically, but I mean here's the thing though, I mean not like a whole lot is happening this weekend, I guess, you know. I mean the holidays are in a few weeks. It might be one of those movies that does well in the upcoming weeks, like with people being off for Thanksgiving in the States, you know. So there's always that possibility. So what you were saying is that Godzilla -1 is only a $12 million budget. That's crazy because from what I've seen, like those effects look nuts. But yeah, I do think the holiday crowd will help because I mean I'm trying to think what else comes out. I mean the Hunger Games. So I think those two are going to be competing quite a bit during the holidays. Uh, and it just depends, I think, on what you're looking for. To be fair, I mean, the Marvels is like an hour shorter than the Hunger Games, and it might fill seats more than Hunger Games during Thanksgiving. Who knows? So that's a good question, Harris. I'm with you. Do I think they'll totally scrap the Kang Dynasty? I don't know. I think I'm gonna have a lot more insight after Thursday, based on how Loki ends. Because Loki, like again, it just depends, like how much they build up Kang in the show. To be fair, Loki, like people aren't watching Loki as much as they were with season 1, especially with there being a lot more people who own Disney Plus now than they did during COVID, right? Uh, and yeah, Sci-Fi Me Too. I'm looking forward to the Loki finale, like no doubt, no doubt. But do I think they'll scrap King Dynasty? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no because I mean, again, if with whatever's going on with the major shit, yeah, like it's not looking good because like yeah, the He Who Remains stuff was dope. Then the Ant-Man stuff was lame because he loses the ants, and then Victor Timely is kind of just like a blah, 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 you know, and it's like he's just like a cartoon. You know, I mean, I'm not like making fun of his stuttering problem. It's just like I think he's doing too much. You know, even though I haven't like disliked Victor Timely, but it's just like maybe this finale will make me think, oh shit, like Victor Timely is back alive based on what we see in episode 5. I'll get to that, but this could be where we see him progress to being the Kang to fight our Avengers. No matter what, though, you can't just go straight into Secret Wars, in my opinion, because you do need to have, because we're having the Captain America movie come out where he's going to assemble the Avengers, right? He's going to get like Spider-Man, he's going to get Hawkeye, he's going to get Doctor Strange even, and then Hulk, She-Hulk even, Shang-Chi, Captain Marvel, the new Black Panther with Shuri. So it's just like you have to get this team together to fight something and lose. And then the multiverse can break open. It's like, okay, your ultimate portal scene where you have everyone come through. You have RDJ, you have Chris Evans, you have ScarJo, you have Toby, you have Hugh, you have Andrew, you have Ben Affleck's Daredevil. You know, you have all that shit. It's just like, what do you mean, Laura? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that limited gene pool means. Oh my goodness, we have a cameo. Hi, Lucy. Here, I want to move you, sweet. I don't know what that means. Gotta go through this chat a little bit. You guys are doing a lot. Oh, it means for some white boys? Oh, dude. No, you're not wrong. I'm literally just German, Scottish, and Irish. I'm as white as you can be. Oh, thanks, Laura. Yeah, she's my girlfriend's sister's cat. She's cute. I know she's sad too. I gotta try to let her out of here soon, hopefully. But anyway, uh, again, like I like the multiversal stuff, but I think it would be cool just to, like, I think we're gonna go through this phase once we're done with the Marvels, Loki, and then Deadpool 3. I think we're gonna have a little bit of a standstill of not a standstill, but like we're gonna go back to our reality for a while and be a little more grounded, right? Where you're gonna have Sam Wilson's Captain America recruiting, also dealing with Red Hulk shit, and of course we're gonna get Thunderbolt. So it's gonna be cool to like see how this all goes to Kang Dynasty. And I just don't think they'll get rid of Kang. Because I think Kang has so much potential, but he's not one of the best like villains in Marvel. Like, by no means, but like I thought Jonathan Majors really could bring it because I do think he's a good actor. But again, if he's guilty of all the shit he's been said to have done, then like you can easily recast. He's the easiest character to recast, and especially since he hasn't really been working either. Let's say she's meowing. And okay, it's a good question. It's a good question. The idea of Kang switching to Doom is cool and all, but I just don't like the idea of them just throwing Doom in there. Like, I think it can easily be Kang and Doom, or just Kang for Kang Dynasty, and then Secret Wars is where Doom comes in and becomes the guy. Yeah, and I'm with you there, Mark. I'm with you. He does seem like more of the victim, but I think what it's going to take is one. I think this Loki finale could give us more of an idea, and where we can actually see him be pretty menacing. Hopefully, at least that's what I hope. But Cena, that's a good idea too. That's a good idea. Doom is manipulating Kang. I mean, yeah. I just don't know how you do it, honestly. I think it's. I just think you have to stick to your plan because I think Feige has ultimately a good idea of what he wants to do. Because I trust Feige with all my heart and soul, and I think he's really going to be more hands-on with stuff, specifically on the movie side. Because I mean, again, all we have to do is wait for Deadpool 3 to happen. They're like, okay, sick multiverse shit. Then you'll get Brave New World, and it's like, okay, we're back to like our grounded stuff with sick characters that we know and love. And then it all will build up to the like, oh shit, the multiverse is collapsing because we'll probably get a Doctor Strange 3 before these Avengers movies, I would guess, dealing with what the incursion that is supposedly going to happen with the Marvels, right? So I'm just curious, like how they're going to truly connect these dots. They're ultimately just doing a lot with them only being able to have like 3 movies max a year, and these shows that no one's watching. So it's hard. I think it's hard to try because like there's a reason why now these movies aren't coming out for like 4 more years at least. And I'm with you, David. I'm with you. I think like we haven't done that much with the multiverse quite yet, and we're gonna get there. But I think it's gonna give us some really cool stuff. But I agree. Like that's why I think Captain America is actually gonna be a crowd pleaser. One, it's supposed to come out in May now. I think it's taking the Deadpool date. Deadpool's probably gonna be moved to July, I would think. And I think that's gonna be a crowd pleasing movie because you're just gonna be like, okay, we're back with in our universe. We're with Sam Wilson, and we're just gonna be a full on movie to finally be what comes after Endgame, besides like No Way Home, because nothing has felt like, oh my god, like where are the Avengers, you know? But anyway. Let's see. I'm gonna look through you guys a little bit. No, I'm okay. I remember reading that too, Harris, that their plan was Doom, and then they saw Majors, and I agree. I think Majors is a good actor. I think he is, I've been love what they've been doing with him so far outside of He Who Remains. Because I thought when I saw that, I'm like, oh, okay, like he is terrifying. Like, and Tom Hiddleston's performance also made that clear as day too. I'm like, okay, sick. Now, it just they're just in a weird spot. I give it 2 years. We're probably gonna be like, oh shit, Marvel's in a great spot. Oh, you want out, Luce? Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Yeah, go ahead, girl.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff.
All right. My apologies. She was stuck in here when I started. Okay. Anyway, we can get off Marvel a little bit. Well, I want to talk about Echo a little bit as well before that. Before we get into more Invincible stuff, so we'll go through all of our Marvel stuff. We'll talk Loki for a little bit. Spoiler alert, my favorite episode of the entire show so far. Yeah, no, I'm with you, Harris, because I mean, like him being 0 for 3 is just fucked. Especially when he's supposed to be able to take on all these Avengers, and then even like the Ant-Man after credit scenes, like it's cool, but it's like, how do you get people attached to like this character that has like so many different versions of himself? Where I thought the one in Ant-Man was going to be the guy, the Kang the Conqueror, and it's just like who should be able to take out the entire Council of Kangs, and Ants took him out, and he's like, "Oh, have I killed you before?" Like all those lines are so good in Ant-Man Quantumania, especially when the trailers were coming out. He's like, "I killed the one with the hammer," and shit like that. It's like, okay, he's killed Thor. I'm like, this is dope. But then the movie was just not good. Like he was very lame in it. I mean, he was arguably the best part of the movie, but he still gets his ass beat by Ant-Man. And just Ant-Man in a fist fight. If Ant-Man died, it'd be like, okay, there's stakes, you know? So they have to figure that out with Kang. Of course, I would love to see Doom, but Doom is just, ugh. Like, I just don't want them to throw him in there because he's one of the coolest characters of all time, in my opinion. But they have to build up to him a little bit. Like maybe they can do that with the Fantastic Four. But yeah, so Echo. I think Echo has mad potential. And this will go into Harris's question too about Marvel Spotlight. I'll get into that too. I love the idea. Love it. So Echo, again, not a long trailer, but it's giving me the Marvel or the Netflix Marvel show vibes. That's a good sign. It's also from the Better Call Saul writers. Gives me great again, this was a movie or a show that people are like, oh, there's probably going to be a dumpster fire. They're going to just drop it all at once. And I'm like, well, I mean, you have good people attached to it. You have Kingpin in there who looks perfect. He's huge and he's wearing that white suit. Beautiful. And then he has the eye patch now. Sweet. You get a quick glimpse of Daredevil in his red suit. Badass. And then it just looks good. Like the action looks sick. So again, it's a trailer. We'll see on January 10th when they all drop. Which again isn't a great sign because it looks like they're kind of dumping it. But maybe it's just something to give everyone all at once. Be like, okay, listen, we actually really enjoy this product we just made. Just have it all out at once. Have people be like, okay, sweet. Marvel's still on a good track, you know? And then they're releasing What If apparently this holiday season. So there's that. But anyway, so Marvel Spotlight, I think is a great idea where it can like Echo apparently is a part of Marvel Spotlight, where it's able to feel completely outside of this universe that has been built up, still have recognizable characters like a Hawkeye or Daredevil who shows up in other projects, but be its own thing and also potentially take it past it being TV-14 or PG-13 because they could do this with movies too, where we could see Ghost Rider be a Marvel Spotlight where it can feel very outside of it, but then they can drop them in anything that they want. Like eventually do Midnight Suns where you have him and Wolverine and maybe Deadpool, maybe even Spider-Man, Daredevil. You know, it'd be sick. Same with Silver Surfer. Like you can do a Silver Surfer Marvel Spotlight where these will probably feel like the presentations we got, but they can just drop whenever and they don't have to be holiday based. You know. So I love the idea where you can just like make something quick. It can be a good introduction to a character where they don't have to show up in a movie and have their own little thing. No, I agree. Like David, I mean, I do think the expectations are rock bottom low for Echo, but this trailer definitely opened some eyes because I mean, a lot of people had zero interest in it at all. I know I didn't. I had zero interest in the show outside of saying maybe Daredevil and Kingpin, but now I'm like, oh, this looks good. But yeah, Spotlight I think is an awesome idea. Uh, I guess we can talk a little bit of Loki, and then we'll talk about some Invincible because it's been mostly a Marvel stream so far. But I love talking Marvel. It's my favorite shit there is. Uh, so Loki season 2, episode 5. And that's a fair point, Mark. Before I get into Loki, yeah, I mean, it could feel like its own like separate thing where they try to do like a fun little side story. I can agree with that, but then like this helps so like we can get like a Gambit movie down the road and not have it be like a full on movie, but something fun that we can watch on Disney Plus. You know, like for example, I'm just using Gambit as an example, but same with Nova. And then you can have these people come into like the big ensemble movies. That way we don't have to have like these 3 movies that we get each year be like these solo films, even though they can be good, but it gives us more breathing room to be able to be like, okay, this is the story we're trying to tell. This is the movie you want to see in theaters. That makes it feel like an event where you can get all this stuff on Disney Plus and just watch it and you get some good content introducing new characters instead of a full on movie where it just eats into the release slate. You get what I'm saying? I think, okay, I like it still being within the world, but I think somewhere down the road they'll do more. Okay, so I think they'll do like an Elseworlds, like kind of like with DC doing the Batman, having that be its own thing, or Joker, right? Because I think they could easily be like down the road do something where they'd make a Doom movie, or but it had to be completely separate from the MCU, you know? I would love to see them do that. And Doom's probably not the best example I would use. I would say like Green Goblin or something, but you know, Sony owns the rights. But no, I think they will get to that point eventually where it's like, okay, it's just like a completely separate thing, completely separate. We're just gonna make a one-off movie. Go enjoy. But we'll see. Anyway, Loki season 2, episode 5. Loved it. For it also just being it it's arguably a filler episode, right? I would argue it is filler. Because like, oh, we get that the thing explode, and then oh, the finale now is just gonna be going back in time to that point where that all could be handled in like a quick 5 minute scene, maybe even, right? And instead we have Loki going like time slipping and whatnot and meeting back up with his friends, right? Well, there's something just so cool about seeing all these characters, see what they all used to be back in the day, and no, I mean I'm with you. I'm completely with you. Like the character development is huge, but I'm just saying like you could hypothetically do a scene that just goes right into the finale, right? That's just my thought process. But yeah, no, the development was nuts for Loki specifically. Um, but anyway, I just love being able to see all his friends be who they used to be, and then Loki's like recruiting them. He's already doing like his recruiting to get a team to save the universe. And that goes into the question there from sci-fi: will Loki become He Who Remains? Yes, yes, I think he will. I think he's going to be the one who's at the end of time, and he's going to be the one recruiting the new Avengers, the multiversal Avengers, right? Who will be able to fight Kang to make sure that he doesn't end up on the throne again, and who is manipulating everything to be one sacred timeline. We'll see about Loki and Sylvie. I don't know quite yet. I think it might just be Loki, and I think Sylvie might die, but we'll see. And Loki being able to time slip is also a big thing. He's like, I'm trying to remember the comic, or like, fuck, I don't remember what he's called, but it's like this awesome Loki just able to manipulate time. But he's just going to be the guy who can do it all and make sure like he can just go back to any moment and fix a wrong. So like I think it makes sense for him to be the one at the end of time, and he can just go back and just fix things. So an idea is like with his development throughout this whole shit, I lost my train of thought. Oh well. Just him being able to go back in time and fix things, I think that makes him ultimately better than he who remains. Because that's where I'm back. I got it. So with his development, especially with Loki or with Sylvie at the bar, where she's like, no, dive deeper. It's like it's showing how he's still like on this awesome journey of like how he was the bad guy. It's like he sees the universe in a completely different light now. He wants to save it, but he's also like, I want to save my friends, and that's him being selfish, as we all are. And Tom Hiddleston is just so good in this role. Like I've never loved the character more than this series with him. Like I think they're handling him perfectly. I like that he's gonna be like Avengers Prime, where he's gonna make this team to end this whole multiversal war and start something completely new, which will be all new, all different Marvel. Where Loki could end up just being like the ultimate Watcher or something like that, right? He could be the one who creates a completely new multiverse. And that's where we're going to get our rebooted MCU. I'm excited for that. But yeah, I just love the idea of like, oh, Loki's selfish. He misses his friends are like super important to him. He used to be pretty like standoffish even from his own brother and father. And then I always love that you from the first Thor, it's like both of you are born to be kings. Only one of you like sit in the chair or sit on the throne or something like that. It's funny because Thor does not sit on the throne, and he's not a king. Loki is meant to be on the throne at the end of time, to be the king of the multiverse, basically. And that's sick. That's so cool because Loki's meant to rule. Because he just had to get past his ego a little bit and understand reality as it is. Like he's meaningless until he makes it where everything has meaning, you know? But yeah, I thought the episode was dope. I loved Mobius being Don with two kids. Of course, you have Frank from who was actually based on a real guy who broke out of Alcatraz, which is cool. Yeah, I just thought it was a pretty damn good episode overall. But yeah, we can talk about Invincible. But again, I think this has been like the best episode of Disney Plus television, arguably. I'd say this or the Luke Skywalker Grogu in the Book of Boba Fett slash The Mandalorian season 2B. I'd say those are probably my two favorite pieces of Disney Plus media we have gotten. And of course the Loki season 1 finale. I think is great. Ooh, yeah, we can talk about this before we go into Invincible. This is perfect. This has been in the news quite a bit recently, how saying after Secret Wars, I think Feige's going to lay out like a timeline, like a good blueprint for what to do next. But I think he's going to be done because I think it's too much for him to handle. So I think a lot of people are saying he's going to take over at Lucasfilm, which I think would be a great idea. Because he loves Star Wars. You know he does. He's a nerd. And how he's supposed to work on a movie. I know, you're right, Sci-Fi. Yeah, I think he'll just serve as a producer, like, like whenever he's not like fully like hands-on with the Star Wars stuff. Of course, he's always gonna be welcome at Marvel. He's the guy who made it what it is, like the highest grossing movie franchise of all time, right? So I think that's what he's gonna do. I think he's gonna hop over to Star Wars. He might hire someone that he trusts to fill in his someone who can fill in his shoes, and I think he might. There's a chance that he could get like Favreau back at Marvel, which would be sick. And then him handling it full on would be amazing. And then Feige working with Filoni mostly. And I feel like Feige would be like that middleman mostly. Like he's gonna let Favreau have a lot more control over what's to come, but he's still gonna help. And then he's gonna be more like that overseeing factor over Filoni. And he'd be like, okay, I fucked with this. I still want to do this though. Blah blah. Um, I don't know what you're saying, sci-fi. Yeah, there's that too. I mean, again, it doesn't have to be Favreau, but I'm just saying. I think Favreau would make sense to me, unless Feige wants to work hands on with Favreau more than Filoni potentially at Lucasfilm. There's a possibility of that. Yeah, I haven't watched Pandaverse yet. I hate to say, I might be able to do that tomorrow or Wednesday. So I'm excited because I love all the new South Park shit that's come out. Uh, anyway, but yeah, Nate Moore. That has some big potential, I would say. But yeah, I'm excited because I would love for him to handle Star Wars because I love what he's done with Marvel when he's been able to be like completely hands on with it, right? And I think he'd kill. I think he'd kill it at Lucasfilm because he loves Star Wars. Again, like as he said, Star Wars was his first love, as a lot of ours was. I know Star Wars was my first thing I've ever loved, no doubt about it. I watched it all the time as a kid. I know, sci-fi. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. I know. I will watch it. I'll watch it. I know it sucks. Just been a little busy. Had a wedding this weekend. Last week was a little busier than I anticipated because with Halloween and whatnot. Uh, yeah, I'll always get excited about South Park, David. How dare you? Oh, really? Doctor Who and Battlestar Galactica? Nice. No, Star Wars is just like I just would always watch. I remember growing up and just watching the original trilogy, and then like the prequels started to come out, and I remember seeing Revenge of the Sith with my dad in theaters. So I mean, it's just always been my first love, and then that, and then Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was what got me into the comic book realm, and so those will always be my favorites. And then I eventually got into Lord of the Rings, which is my ultimate favorite thing there is, but I did not watch it much as a kid. Hate to say, but anyway, I guess we can finally talk some Invincible before I got to get out of here. But so I watched the episode actually today. I've not been able to watch it over the weekend because again I was pretty busy. But I was able to watch it, and I thought it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I thought Loki was better. I don't know if that's crazy to say, but I thought Loki was better. For waiting 3 years, I kind of expected more, but I think it's going to lead into a crazy direction, though. Especially with the end, like the after credit scene type deal they did. Like that dude's gonna turn out to be a wicked villain who's ultimately trying to be like he just like throughout the episode. I don't remember his name, but like he's able to like go through different multiverses or whatever or universes, right? Um, and now he's kind of like a brainiac type dealio. Crazy development. How he's just trying to say like he's like it's weird how this is the one universe where Mark doesn't join his dad, and everywhere else it's like whoa this is crazy, like it's like end of the world type shit. And I agree, sci-fi. Yeah, Angston Levy. All right, good. Okay. Anyway, I'll talk about him more. But I agree with you, sci-fi. Like I just thought it was good. It was a good place to start. I think it's going to lead into some crazy stuff. I love how they always did like a little pause before saying invincible because you know how we were always used to them being like, "I am invincible," you know, like the title screen, right? And it's sick that they do it at the very end where he's like, "I will kill," and then I'm like, that was sick. That was sick because they said invincible multiple times, and it even seemed like they have a little build up to them saying it to be like, oh, is this where it's going to happen? Because I was like, oh, it's weird. They're not doing it this episode. The episode had a weird vibe to it too, as I felt Invincible always kind of has. Uh, oh, David, no, I haven't finished it yet. I might play it. I definitely plan on streaming it probably tomorrow and Wednesday, uh, or at least one of the days. I'm not. Yeah, I know. I know that it was a little fucked on. What was it? Thursday I played. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Thursday. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I don't know what it was. I just think the Wi-Fi was really shoddy that day. So I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. I didn't do too much, anything crazy at least in that game. But yeah, I just got the black suit and it's badass. I'm just waiting to get the Sam Raimi's black suit. I can't wait to wear that. But back to Invincible. Again, I thought it was a sick episode. Like I liked showing it like the whole alternate universe where like Mark joins. I'm like, that was crazy. Uh Adam Eve looked pretty nuts in that too. So I'm curious how they're gonna do this. Is it gonna be like multiversal here? Is like uh Yeah, yeah, you're probably right. Sci-fi, I agree. But I'm curious where they go with it. You know, like is it going to be like a scenario where they go through the multiverse, or like the dude with the brain at the end is able to like fully like merge universes now with his new powers supposedly? It's gonna get into an interesting it's gonna get into an interesting point. And I agree, Harris. That next snap was crazy. He's like, I don't want to kill you. Dead. And I'm like, what, Mark? What are you doing? Yeah. No, I enjoyed the episode. I really like the sequence where it's just like him, like he's obviously down bad because he's just saving all these lives and he feels like nothing in the process. Like because in the first season he was so hopeful, like he was like a new superhero. He's still a kid, right? But when you realize your dad's like this evil ass motherfucker and he tries to murder you, it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you. Under my eye. Trying to think of some other big points. I like the twins in the episode. Uh, oh, I guess paralyzed. Fair enough. Yeah, I like the twins. I've always liked them. I like how there's like a fuck ton of them beating up Invincible. Trying to think. Trying to think of some big highlight moments. I mean, I like getting the mom's POV a little bit in this. How Mark still has some of his hopeful, young side of him, like being like, "Oh, I'm excited to go to college for my girlfriend." Okay, that's fair. That's a good statement there. I'm just curious what they're gonna do with it though, because I never really saw Invincible being that, at least at this point in its story. We'll see. It's intriguing. Um, I don't know. What was everyone's thoughts so far on Invincible? I mean, I thought it was good. So I don't have that much to say about it ultimately, because I just thought it was a good episode. It's just nothing spectacularly crazy happening, except they're building up a badass villain. That's all I'll say. But yeah. Oh, Harris, Robert Kirkman is arguably one of my favorite content creators of all time. Like he made The Walking Dead and Invincible, which I think is dope. Like it takes zombie apocalypse and superheroes. Like those are like two of my favorite things out there. And so yeah. Ooh, okay, okay. So for starters, no. So I might have to do that sometime this week. I think it will help me for this new season. So I'll try to give that a watch. I have not been able to watch it yet. Same with Gen V. I think I'm going to make those two some of my priorities for this. I think Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be one. I'm going to stream a bit for Spider-Man. I think I'm going to watch South Park, and I'm going to watch that special in Gen V. I think that's my plan of attack for this weekend, or for this upcoming these upcoming days. Now, who said this? Let's see. Sci-fi. Yeah. I'll probably end on this because I had to eat. I'm hungry. Um, I don't know how this project is in as much of a developmental hell or development hell as it is. I don't understand how you're gonna make it a movie about like against the patriarchy, have like I guess three females be the leads, and then have Blade be the fourth lead in a Blade fucking movie with an Oscar winner with Mahershala Ali, who's not getting any younger. This movie should have been out by now. It should have came out a week ago. Uh, and I agree. I think the Logan writer being put on will help. I think the director, like he just announced today that the movie's gonna be rated R now, which is sick. So Deadpool 3 and Blade are gonna be the first movies in the MCU to be rated R. Can't wait. They won't be the last. They'll be sick if they eventually do a Wolverine versus Hulk movie that's rated R. I think that'd be sick. That'll be the craziest shit there is. Uh, that's a day I cry, no doubt. Yeah, I agree. Like Ahsoka wasn't really the lead in the Ahsoka show. Like how? Like that's stupid. I'm sorry. It is called like your project is named after this person. Let it be about the person. You know. So Blade, again, it's not hard. It's a fucking vampire movie or half vampire killing vampires. Maybe make it a little bit of a mystery, like a thriller of some sort. It's not that difficult to do. And maybe have a little tease to like Black Knight from the Eternals. Done. So that way you can lead into Midnight Suns, and then maybe have a Ghost Rider post-credit scene. Build up to Midnight Suns. That's all the movie has to do. Okay, so I like Mahershala Ali. I think it would be cool if they could have went younger. Like, again, if they made this Blade movie, like, if it was supposed to come out now, I'd be fine with it. I think he could be Blade for a little bit longer, sure. But it's like, this movie was announced, like, what, 3-4 years ago? Like, come on. It should have been out by now. So, for me, he's not old. He's a great actor. Like, you're having RDJ come back. You're having Hugh Jackman come back. You have freaking Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen coming back. He can do Blade. Then you have Harrison fucking Ford playing Red Hulk. Like, he can do it. He can do it for, like, probably 10 years, you know? And then with Marvel, they're always going to be able to reboot or whatnot. And I hope Sci-Fi is wrong there, that they get away from the deep fake problem. I think you just need to cast real life people. I would have liked John Boyega, for example. I also would have really liked Sterling K. Brown, even though I know he's in Black Panther. I don't know how much older or younger he is than Ali, but I think those are two people I would have really loved to play Blade. Specifically Sterling K. Brown, because he plays a vampire in Supernatural. I thought he did a killer job. I think he would really play the role very nicely. But yeah, the movie was, again, announced 4 years ago. Now the dude's 4 years older, and they haven't even fucking started filming. So that's a problem. Yeah. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call it there. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I thought this was a really fun stream today, guys. I'm excited for next week's. Oh yeah, no, I mean, we're on the same page with John. We're on the same page. I agree, buddy. But anyway, I'm excited for next week's stream. I think we're gonna have a lot to talk about. I'm hoping to maybe get potentially done with the Spider-Man 2 stories. Maybe I'll talk about that. But of course, we're gonna talk about the Loki finale, the new Invincible episode, and of course, the Marvels. All right, thanks a lot, guys, for the kind words, and I will catch y'all very soon. Bye bye.